Right, welcome back. Part 3. This is the day after the night before, really, to be honest with you. So, you know, glad everyone's with us. We've got a lot of technical challenges to do in this video. I am not mega appetized. I don't know how many videos this one's going to be, to be honest with you. I think it probably will be only one. Now, I could do this and get this completed tonight. I'm not going to do that. I know everyone's going, because I've actually got a pizza that's coming up. So the next video, the next series of videos that are coming up after this is going to be a pizza. Alright. So anyway, welcome back, welcome back. My name is Sergeant Furious. You are lucky all your asses are all still watching me, because I'm just too fucking amazing. We have got a extremely critical update, okay, on Michelin, and we've had the passing of Double O Agent 114, who survived the longest out of all of the couriers and agents, actually. So that's a little credit. I might even get a little plaque to Double O Agent 114, who succumbed to death through. Hang on a minute, I've got moments of irritation. And yeah, so he survived the longest, you know, 37 centimetres away from freedom. Slip fell, we only had 1 foot, so would you expect falling 200 metres down a sheer cliff, icy fucking cliff, to a icy ledge where your squished Sherpa is, you're going to end up in the same fucking way, aren't you? So there we go. Right, so anyway, what's been going on? So off camera, I added, now we know I done that toasty sandwich video, and it said to be continued, so we've discontinued that. We will do it again, but I was completely wankered when I done that, so I do apologise. Yeah, it won't, we'll do a toasty sandwich, but it just won't be that. But anyway, all the ingredients that I've done for it, obviously I didn't chuck it, I've waxed it in the chili, the American chili sauce. I need wooden spoon. I can't use wooden spoon. Right, I need to wash wooden spoon because I can't do it without the special spoon of wood. Right, this is the wood of spoon, the specialness of how the wooden spoon goes. Now, attention class. Now, anyway, what I'm saying is basically we've whacked all that shit in, right? Now, also, we done that. I can't remember if I videoed it or not, because I was that slashed. So we're going to use it. But when we done, obviously, part 2 and making up of this sauce, right, off camera, because obviously I made a bit of a mistake, okay, in part 2, when I was doing the onions and something else, I think. And I put basically too much red wine vinegar in there. I was a bit pissed, right? So I've had to sort of try to evaporate that shit out, and I've had to add stuff. And what I also thought would be a good idea to add, to sort of like calm that vinegary flavour down, was I added about 2 actual the frankfurters, the hot dogs themselves. So they're in there as well, so it's going to be a meaty sauce, obviously, because I've still got the meat mix to put in there. So we're going to fry that off now, and then we will fry it off, add it in here, and I'll see where I want to take it. Because with these sort of things, right, okay, with these sort of things, my fellow gang members and to Poloski, good luck to Ireland and all that stuff. Good luck to the Scottish, fucking hell, they've got some serious shit going up on there. But yeah, so to all our fellow Celtic nations and Anglo-Saxons and all that sort of business, a lot of these sort of things, the longer you leave them, the better, okay? So when I made this sauce last night, I left it out overnight, I put a cover. Don't put it in the fridge, let it just residually absorb and start to transfer and mix all them flavours in together. right, I will only put them in the fridge, obviously if it's summer, right? If it's like fucking 18 degrees out there or above and there's a fly wandering around and I go to work and leave this out, even with a cover on it, I'm not doing it. It will go in the fridge. But it's early April, it's only just April, it's still quite chilly out. I don't really have the heating on when I go out in my flat to go to work. So I left this out. So I made that sauce, I whacked them hot dogs in there, we've done all that, they're just cut up. Now, before we do anything, I need to blitz it, alright? So I need to blitz this sauce. So we're going to take it off. So I've got that pan on, that's going to be for the mince mix, right? So in this pan we've got all them sorts of different things that I did to that toasted sandwich that was discontinued in here. All the things I put in here, so we put in the tomato. I don't need to tell you because it's just fucking boring, isn't it? So, like, you're not idiots, so it's mental. I've got to keep thinking I'm not talking to children, so. Not that I anyway, I'm just like, do you know what I mean? I don't want to treat people as fucking like idiots, do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people aren't, obviously. So, right, okie dokie, let's do it. So I just want to blitz this up with shit blitzer of 15 quid from the shit shop. So I don't want to splatter everywhere, I just want to be careful. Can't see because that stupid cord in the bloody way. Right, okay, let's do it. Right, I don't want to do it too much. I don't like a fucking soup. Right, okay, so I just want to leave that. Just want to leave that over there for a minute. Right, so I'll blitz it up. So we've got a nice, sort of roughish, like on the light side of rough consistency, right? So all the bits are still in there, it's fine. Now, I do know, because I've tasted this, obviously I have to, a professional chef will always taste his Michelin star this, right? So I want to taste this, so I need to know the hotness. And the flavour as well. So wow, that's got a really beautiful flavour kicking off there. I can really feel that smoke and paprika and everything like that, all the garlic in there and everything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to whack that back on. Doesn't really need to be on high heat. So I need to just start to tweak that sauce now. So let's whack that over there for now because I don't really need it. So I've got candles on, as everyone can see. Let's have a look. I mean, can we go... I mean, I'll tell you what we might do. We're going to go lights off. Well, not lights off, but the main light off. So we do that? There we go, let's do that. Let's keep it more... Because it is night time now, so I want to be a little bit more interactional. Do you know what I mean? So, yes, we've had our lieutenant's comment on the channel. And, obviously... Johnny K himself. Yes, to all the comments. The most of the time when I get the comments, like it's when I wake up in the morning. So, and then I go into work, and normally like on my first fag break, like cause I've seen the comments obviously on me when I check YouTube Studios when I wake up. And then normally on my comments I'll start commenting back really when I get to work. I'm outside having like my first fag and coffee break of the day, do you know what I mean? So, and then I'll just look through and reply. I know a lot of people, especially Sheep Unit, does do a lot of long comments, and they're all really appreciative, okay? But sometimes, obviously, I can only respond back to, unless I want to go into like mega deep thoughts, but I'm at work, and that's when I normally do it. So I'll have a little look through. Hang on, we've got interruptions of utter irresponsibility. Oh yeah, we have. Hang on. Right, and there we go. Yeah, so I'll just do that. So, but yeah, I'm not too keen on your nan's recipe, Sheep Unit, of just using a microwave. I think that's a little bit. But then that is a sign of getting older. obviously, because obviously when I was like a 10-year-old or a teenager or whatever, all the old, really old people, they were from like the actual like wartime generation, and they definitely wouldn't be using a fucking microwave to, you know what I mean? We've now got 6-year-olds, and don't forget, in the 80s, they were only in the 30s, so it's mental. So there we go. So anyway, enough of that mentalness. Right, I'm going to whack some raw garlic in here, right? And now I need to get this heated up a little bit. I want some heat, so I'm going to put in 3 green chilies. All I've got to do is just take the ends off, just chuck the whole chili in. I'm going to put in 3 green chilies and a red chili, seeds and all, because I want that is the chili sauce, right? It's going to go eventually over the hot dog, right? Oh shit. Right, so let's have a little look. Right, so let's blitz this back up again. Right, so we're just tinkering with the flavour of this at the moment. Now, obviously the flavour will be altered when we do the mince, but I want to get this up to a certain level of heatness. Right, has that made any fucking difference at all? It must have done. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that cough means great. That cough means there is actual now some nice heat in that. Wow, that's awesome. Right. I don't need to put anything else in that. I was going to put in some more smoked paprika or something else or whatever, right? But we're now not going to do that. So, okay, so that's cool. So that's the sauce done. So I'll show you that. Otherwise, that's just being rude, isn't it? Because otherwise people can't see. Right, so there we go. So we've got a nice consistency on that sauce. Alright, so we got like 2 to 3 frank hot dogs in there as well as the meat content. I've actually got a chili that hasn't actually been, oh, it hasn't been fucking whizzed, that one. Shit. Right, let me quickly do that. I know, so I'll do a little bit of special editing. Someone did actually mention, do you do any editing? Hang on. Right, okay, so. Right, okie dokie. So, we've whizzed that up. We whizzed that extra fucking escapee green chili in there. So, there we go. So, right, what are we going to do? Yeah, and also, yeah, a little thing to sheep unit, dill. I don't know why I put dill in there. The reason why I put dill in there, sheep unit, or lieutenant sheep unit, is because Sergeant was completely arse-banded, right? Literally trousers down, fucking arse-wanked, right? I was 7.5 cider infused appletisement on fucking turbos, right? Yeah, so that's why I was a bit spicy. So right, let's do it. Now this is the meat mixture that we made up the other night, right? So we're going to take that out now. Here we go. So that's had time to infuse and do what it needs to do, right? Now I'm not really going to put much oil in this because we got the was it 2 or 3 pork sausages, the beef mince, all the bits and bobs in there, the fucking mustard, loads of other shit. I can't fucking remember. You have to look back. So there we go. We're going to whack it in there because that's been on and that should be quite warm. Right, it's not warm. I'm talking shit because I don't know what I'm doing. Right, I do know what I'm doing. Right, anyway, we've got updates, right? Now, we've got 00 Agent 115. There's been a lot of litigation that's been going on with 00 Agent 114, and it's because of how he wants to deliver that Michelin star letter. Yes, I do agree with, I think it's Poloski or Sheep Unit. They could send it by email, but they do not do that. Right, they are traditionalists, right? They only go with communication with either turning up in person or via a letter or courier with a letter. There's no electronicness, it's physical handing over of an achievement of Michelin star in person. I have to check camera productions. Are we dipping down a bit or not? No, okay. So that's how it just goes, I'm afraid. That's why. I mean, I agree with you. I think it's bullshit. Why don't you just ring me up and say, yeah, Sergeant Michelin, probably at least 2 Michelin stars, right? Let's be honest. Yeah, but fucking no. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I can't. Well, I get confused as much as you. So, anyway, what's been going with Double Agent 115? Okay, so this is the situation. Right, at first, his method of transportation. Hang on a fucking second, I've got more rudeness. Okay, at first, his method of transportation of the letter was via jumping off the biggest cliff in southwestern France, hang glider in it, all the way to here. Then he went, no. I don't particularly. I looked at his trajectory on the how he would be going with the winds and height and altitude and all that stuff, and even I disagreed that it was high enough. So he went, right, we're going to launch off a Boeing 747. Right now, they can't do that because obviously a Boeing 747 is the passenger plane. So what they're going to use a Boeing 747 that has been specifically de-passengerized, and it's literally a hollow hole with a big tail opening at the back of the plane where hang glider 00 Agent 115 can jump out and glide. It's still being launched from southwestern France, but it's just higher up. He needs to be higher to have enough, because he's going to dip, and he's going to dip, and then, you know, so I think it makes sense, to be honest with you. I ain't got a problem with it. So that's the situation. So there's a lot of legality going on. There's a lot of construction going on the plane. That's now basically almost ready, and it is going to be launching from southwestern France, and then it'll just come back. It'll come out the back of it, hang glide all the way from southwest France to fucking yours truly here in Essex. I can't wait. I'm actually quite excited. I mean, I don't really think there's a problem with it. They're only apparently launching from about, is it 33,000 feet, and the plane's only going at almost 700 miles an hour. And the hang glider is made out of ultra light bolster wood and really thin, like quite fragile material. I think it's going to go well. I'm hopeful. I think this is going to be a winner. I reckon, to be honest with you. I don't see a problem in it, if I'm honest. Right, okay. So here we go. We're going to fire the beef now. So we want full beefage. I want full power. Like 00 Agent 115's going to need. Right, it's going to need a boost. Right. So this is that mix that we've done, right? And we just want, you know, tear it off. You know, it's almost basically a hamburger mix, to be honest with you. I haven't really got an issue with it. I think this is going to be a very experimental, right? Very experimental, you know, chili hot dog remake. You know, we're doing it together because all the gang members are as one. So, you know, I think it's all cool and it's all good in the hood, and everyone's basically a winner, really. So. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, like I said, you know, I've spoken to 00 Agent 115, and he seems to be optimistic. They are giving him some backup though, so there will be a slight bit of backup. I personally disagree with it. Right? I've actually said, well, at the end of the day, because okay, I sort of agreed with it, but then I just reluctantly disagreed, because I did say that, you know, reluctantly, yeah, And this is where it gets very important, right? Reluctantly, Double Agent 114 didn't want any help, did he? He actually wanted to go adventuring on his own. Right, he said no. Right, he said no. And it was only their enforcement of the rules that they made him take a tour guide, basically. So, and it didn't help him because he had to escape anyway. So, what can you do? Right, so all we're doing now, we're just frying off this beef. I just want colour on the beef, that's all I'm looking for. Right, we're looking for ultra colour. We're looking for more Michelin starriness that I can even shake a wooden spoon at, really. There's wooden spoons over there. I don't know what I've done on that. Now, to add a little bit more groovy flavour to this, yeah, because this is going to get spiced up. I want some red colour in this, right? So I'm going to take one of these chilies. I'm going to cut it up just like a Michelin would, right? We're still Michelin bound. We're on a journey together, looking out into the stars and thinking how amazing is Sergeant Doritos. Well, we can only get to a certain level, you know, and once you've reached that sort of Michelin starring with this, you can't get any better. So there we go. And don't forget, this is all gathered up through years of experience and Michelin-ness, basically, or at least AA Rosette, I would say. Right, here we go. So we need to stop shaking this now, and we need that to start actually doing some proper cooking. So the more steam you can see coming out of this, right, that's that water evaporating from its surfaces of textures. Yeah, we've got the ultra sauce kicking off over here. This is just like probably like so award winning. I actually probably couldn't even feed that to the judges who would award it, because they'd probably fall over and shit their pants, because it's that the bollocks. And that's the expertise. I need wooden spoon. And that's the expertise that we develop on the channel. Is about pure food cooking, pure knowledge, and the deliverance eventually of that Michelin star, right? That Michelin star. Now, does everyone remember me going on about a secret ingredient that's going in the sauce that you lot have absolutely no idea what it is? Well, that'll be coming up, right? I need to get this nicely fried, and I want colour on this. Yeah, I want these big chunks of beef fat, beef mince, and the two pork sausages, and God knows what else we fucking put in this thing, because I have no idea. And that is the best way to be. Yeah, that is how the Michis do it. They go for a strategic situation where they say, right, we're so amazing that we don't even need to know that ourselves what the fuck we've just put in this, because we're that good. Yeah, and that's brought to yours truly from behind the scenes of amazement. Right now, as a little bit of a contrast to this, I'm going to whack in a little bit of oregano. I just want to give it a little final little sprinkling, only a little tiny bit, and that'll just lift it to a different height that nobody has ever realised before. And such as amazements as like ourselves, and all the game members as well, and all the game members, and all the ultra specials that follow us, even Toast Watchers, right? Now, I want to give this a little bit of love, so I'm going to put some extra pepper in this, and white pepper. Now, I have not put any salt in this, alright? This, I've tried to stay away from the salt as much as I can, And the reason why that is because we do have that North stock cube in there, and I think I did put a vegetarian stock cube, a veg stock cube in there as well. Now they are fairly salty within themselves, and I just don't think we're going to need it. Right? We've added the mince, and the meat mixture has already been marinated overnight. That's had mustard in it, God knows what else in it. There's going to be salt in there, so just hold back. If it needs salting, then salt it when you're about to eat or taste it. Do that. Right? But don't forget, with salt, you can chuck it in, but releasing it is another fucking thing. I've managed to get around the fuck up of me putting too much red wine vinegar in, which was part 2. And this now does taste actually really nice. So, before last night when I tasted it, it was like, I'm not too sure. Wow, hang on a second, we've got moments. Right, so we've got moments there. Right, so like I said, now, right, we're now starting to get a nice crust on this. Right, so I'm going to whack the light back on. Right, so we're now starting to get nice crusts on this. So it's starting to stick to the pan a little bit, which is what I want. So now we're starting to get a little bit of caramelisation. That chilli's in there, that's going to really pick some stuff off, right? Okay, that's nice. So we're getting less steam coming out of this now. Right, okay. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn everything off, and we're going to transfer it. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's the volcano of doom. Oh, shit. Of course, that's major hotter than the other one. Oh, what a moment. Right, Sergeant almost literally volcanited himself on camera, which obviously would have been a bit of a disaster. Well, I mean, people might have liked it, but I'm not really into sadistic torture myself sort of shit, really, if I'm honest with you. So, right, here we go. Right, so avoid that then. Let's move that over there. Get that there, because that's where that's going in. Right. So we're now, so I'll show you now. So all that, so you've got all the nice crusty stuff there, right? So we've got some really nice flavours going on in this mince, yeah? So now we're going to transfer it into the actual sauce. So this is the, so this has got meat in it as well. The at least two or three hot dogs in this, right? Just a little bit of water, just to almost like descale it, or de-Michelin star. I don't know, all the chefs fucking say. I should know, but I'm only a home Michelin star, right? So we're not talking about, you know, I am basically a Gordon Ramsay, but just in the home version, right? So get that in there as well. Now that is going to transform, obviously, the chili sauce dish itself, right? Obviously, because it's an American chili, right? So, right, let's sort this out, because I need to get organised. We've got some big shit coming up now. We haven't, actually. I'm just, just saying. Right, okay, that's off, hopefully. We're going to mix this meat in. And now what we're going to do, right, there's a lot of sauce in this to me. I probably could have done with more meat. So what we'll be doing instead, if we've got some more sauce than needed and not enough meat, what we'll do is we'll reduce it down. So that's what I'm going to do. Right. So I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to put this on about a 2. I want to taste it. I'm going to give it a pre-tasting, because it'll be, if I leave this cooking overnight, in the morning will be completely different. I'm literally going to put it on a 1 actually, and that will be on a 1. It'll be completely different. As long as we've got a little bubble, little spluttering little bubble, that's fine. Right, I know exactly what it needs. Right, now I could put in the special ingredient now, but I'm not gonna. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in the special ingredient once all them beef flavours are more transfused into that sauce, and reduced down, and then I'm gonna put in the special ingredient. Right, so that special ingredient looks like this is going to be a part 4. So this is part 3. I know, but this has got to sit overnight and do this, right? Because there's no good me. I could serve it up now and do it, but I want to eat it. I know, and I know. The longer this is left, the fucking better. Obviously, up to the point till it goes off. Obviously, but this is the sort of sauce. Fucking longer the better, mate. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to call that part 3. And I'll see you lovely people in part 4, which will be tomorrow night. Right. Hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Fucking hell.